Welcome everyone to the 40 in Tennessee podcast. I'm Josh here with Houston and Randy. No
Yep.
guest this week. There was also a technical difficulty, so we thought we were recording, or I thought we were recording. So we were already doing some stuff, getting into some conspiracy stuff. But really, what we've been doing is some questions. Me and Randy have been answering questions back and forth from Houston, keeping a tally. What question number are we on? 5?
6.
6. So that's what you've missed. So,
Yeah. So if you heard us last week, we thought we was gonna have a guest, and they ended up getting double booked. Didn't you say, Randy?
Yes.
So we were coming up with this, and we just was gonna like rapid fire some questions on here. So like
yeah.
we flipped a coin, but I don't even know whose turn it is now.
I was going. Randy went first this last one, right? It was the.
Oh, yeah.
Randy's really bad. Like when Randy thinks he knows, he just nods his head and just gives the answer away.
So yeah, it might be a little bit shorter episode, guys, but we're going back into these questions. Hope you enjoy. I'm so sorry, everyone.
Oh no, this is
Real professional group right here.
make it look good.
So this last one was about reptilians.
Yeah, David Icke. David Icke invented the whole
It
reptilian.
was who started the rumor was the question.
Yeah.
And David Icke was because he was a soccer player.
Ex-soccer player, yep.
Who do you play for?
I'm not sure.
So he watched V.
He got it from V, the TV show V, where they was wearing human faces and you pull it off and there's a lizard underneath.
Yeah.
There was no talk of Illuminati lizard people at all before V. So
Now they're.
that was 19. I think that was 1983. Was V.
I mean, I've met some weird people, and I mean, we've all met some people that were like, "I'm just a lizard person." Like, no, I always felt like the reptilian conspiracy was interesting. It's definitely an interesting thought experiment. But my question always comes down to why, with that. Why? Why are they doing this? Are they harvesting? They're like, I feel like this is the best farm then.
Yeah. Why are they making themselves look? Why are they walking around in human skins, basically?
Yeah, if they're so strong, they should be able to just walk around. Why didn't they just take us over?
Yeah.
Like, why aren't we just born?
Well, according to that conspiracy theory, they have taken us over.
Yeah.
And Obama and all of those people are lizards already. And
How do I
I
become?
wonder if because I don't subscribe to this theory, I wonder if people that do subscribe to this theory think that Trump is a lizard person,
Oh yeah, that's interesting.
or is he the anti-lizard person?
Yeah, that's the thing. Is he the opposite? I don't know. Yeah, see, because I don't get too deep into the lizard people thing. How much lizard people stuff do you know, Houston?
None. I always took it as like it was just a campy joke. I didn't know that
Joke
people
he's a
were
lizard
really.
person. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they really seriously believe this like hard.
Yeah.
Like they will take little pictures online of like where someone turned and the digital camera like blurred their eye a little bit. And
Mhm.
they're
Sure.
like, look, there's
eye.
proof up there that the eye is a slit.
Okay. What is the deal with the Superman guy being cross-eyed? Like the new Superman. Have you seen that? Like there's a lot of jokes where like one eye is just kind of over here and everybody's like,
Wait, the guy who playing Superman is like
David Cornerswet.
has like kind of a lazy eye. I didn't even
That-
notice that.
that some of the pictures, like I don't know if they've been edited or not. It's like, man, the poor what's the chick's name off of The Last of Us and everybody compares her to a potato right now.
Oh,
Like I would
Bella Ramsey.
yeah, I would not want to be a celebrity like
Dude, no.
yeah, that's crazy.
Constantly getting critiqued.
I feel sorry.
Anything you are or dress or do would suck.
Yeah.
I like that show though. She's doing a great job at that show with Emily.
Yeah, I was waiting for Randy to have more comments on Superman, but he just kind of shrugged.
I mean, what am I supposed to say to?
I didn't know if you knew about it. Like, what's the whole controversy? I've even seen like the red lasers go.
You shut up.
It's-
No.
It comes down to Snyderverse babies
Yeah.
whining because there's a new Superman, basically.
What's the dark side lasers that all?
God dang.
Omni beams.
Gotta watch out for the lazy eye beam.
Yeah. All right.
What's the
So
next question?
this is a great one to start off with for the people that
Yeah,
are
just getting in here.
A 2014 study found that half the world's population had never heard of the Holocaust, and 1/3 of those who had didn't believe it. What was their explanation? A. The Holocaust was created as a political ploy to confuse and mislead people. B. President Truman invented the Holocaust as a pretext for the Manhattan Project, which developed atomic weapons.
What?
Or C. Hitler was a good guy. That's multiple choice.
Oh
An
man.
A. I go with A.
I'm going with A too, man. It sounds like an A. I never heard the other ones.
I'm not in this, but I'm going to go with B. No,
Okay.
you're right. The Anti-Defamation League released a study showing that half of the respondents had never heard of the Holocaust, a systematic murder of the Jews. Let's see. Of
So-
half who had never heard of the murders, 1/3 believed the Holocaust was fiction intended for further political gains of the mid-20th century. I feel like Putin has a little bit to do with that.
I mean, I don't know. Is he a Holocaust denier?
I mean, that's what he was blaming. He was blaming Ukraine. He was calling them Nazis, and that's why we've got to invade. Like he was
Yeah,
using
yeah.
that.
But I didn't know if he was like, oh, the Holocaust never like happened or anything. Now I knew.
Oh no, they're huge. They're huge in Russia about the Holocaust happening. Like they Russia basically they celebrate V-Day as if they won World War II by themselves,
Mhm.
which they mostly did. They had like $10 losses. So
Yeah. They did a lot of the heavy lifting.
oh yeah, they did. That Eastern Front was brutal.
I always found it interesting that like when I found out there's people who were like that didn't happen, I was like, how do you know? You know what I mean? Like you learn about it, there's enough, evidence of it. That's like
Yeah.
that's a lot of fabricated evidence.
Yeah. I mean, because I was raised by a fucking World War II staff sergeant. So, like, I met a fucking survivor, a Jewish survivor, when I was like 6.
Yeah.
Had the tattoo on his arm, everything. So, like, that shit wasn't,
Yeah.
played with when I was raised.
I think we went through some of the fun ones. Now they're just like sobering conspiracy. Where did the belief that modern vaccines cause autism come from? A New York Times report citing many renowned scientists, a 1997 research study originally published in the prestigious medical journal Lancet, a well-respected Facebook page filled with many anecdotal links about vaccines and autism.
I want to say C, but I know it's not C. It's probably A.
Yeah, I think it's A.
All right, both A. Ooh, wrong.
Oh, damn.
It says a 1997 research study. Andrew Wakefield, a British surgeon, published a study suggesting that the measles, mumps, rubella, MMR vaccine sparked autism in English kids. Turns out the study was ripe with errors, financial conflicts of interest, and it was retracted by Lancet. Meanwhile, real science has found plenty of evidence that the variables for autism often take hold in human psychology long before the vaccines are introduced. No comment?
I steer away from those anyways. Like same with like the Holocaust deniers. It's just like you stay away from that. That's just
The one thing I will say, I don't know. I may take it back to like me and my sister were talking about it because my sister is one of those people. Like one of her kids is pretty vaccinated. Like I think up to date, the other one, I don't even know if he's got any. So like her mind changed in the middle of all that. And I remember one thing she was telling me. She's like, if you looked at all of the stuff like they added from when we were kids, she said it would like it's just overwhelming. And I'm like, I get that, but then again, I think about with Indy, I think we're up to date on everything
Mhm.
except COVID shots, which is it's its own conspiracy thing. But
Yeah.
again, with being that young, I was like, that's not necessary for her. Like,
Yeah.
or flu shots. I don't get flu shots either, but that's because I've seen people get like, and it's always been older people, or specifically the older shot. Like, apparently, if you're older, you get a different shot of the flu. Like, it's just a more like ramped up thing. And I have seen people get sick from that, including Kayla. So it's like, I'll take my chances.
Yeah, that's
The
another
flu
that's
kill me.
another conspiracy area I steer clear of because I'm not a fucking scientist and I don't know what
Yeah,
is in this stuff.
fair enough.
You know what I mean? Um, I always find it like the thing with those type of conspiracies, right? And I'll probably catch some fucking heat for this, and I don't care. Um, those type of conspiracies, when you start boiling them down like to their base, like where did it all start and stuff? Most of these like really wild ones always are like, well, it's the Jewish people that started it all. And that's like where it all goes. Like if you do it with like even like flat earth stuff and all that, it always goes back to that.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's also one
Some
of
of it,
them
yeah.
too, I think. Is like the vaccine like conspiracy stuff. It always like goes back to that.
Any comments, Randy?
I get flu vaccines every year because I hate fucking flu,
Yeah,
and I don't catch the flu because of it.
yeah.
So,
Science.
yeah,
Did I? Okay, yeah. Neither
I
one of
don't
y'all
think
got.
my DNA is mutated too much.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's not that I don't.
Like I have a friend, a close friend. We both know this person. He owns a collectible card game store. Uh, but he like really was freaking out and worried about me because I got a COVID vaccine, and
Oh,
he was
really?
like, dude, don't you know that like that stuff like turns your blood into pudding and all this other, and it's like,
Well, you should have came out one day. I'm like,
Look like Car Man.
yeah, dude, you could have done some makeup up. You could have done. You could have fucked with them. You could have fucked with them a little bit.
but
This man has very like glaring political ideas too. So,
yes, he does.
but okay, I don't think that I do. But again, with the COVID shot, it's like okay, I got both of mine. I got one in the booster, but then again, when they were talking about younger, it wasn't all that healthy for younger people, right?
Yeah.
Like the myo, what is it, myocon, whatever, when your heart beats faster or whatever that word is. But yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, I know
one of
Kayla
my
got
kiddos got it too. Because the doctor,
yeah. I
like,
mean,
you don't
Kayla
like.
got it when she was pregnant with Indy, but it's like I don't want to do that to Indy right now. It's like if she was older, I'd probably tell her go ahead, but I just like So
I mean,
all right, I think this is
this is a weird one. Wait on.
you ready?
Yeah, what's the next
All
one?
right,
What else are you gonna slam us
this is the last political one I think,
with? Okay.
but it's not even that bad. During the 2016 presidential election,
God.
no, it ain't bad. What sparked the belief that a potential human trafficking ring was operated out of
Oh.
Washington D.C. pizza restaurant?
Oh yeah,
Leaked
Yeah.
emails from a presidential candidate Hillary Clinton's email accounts, a Rush Limbaugh radio show, or a white supremacist tweet. Josh, I think you're up.
I want to go with Rush Limbaugh. B.
All right, Randy.
I. Oh man, I don't want to admit this. I used to listen to Alex Jones once upon a time.
I mean, he's
A
entertaining.
long time ago.
He was different back then.
Yes, and
Mhm.
if I'm not mistaken, wasn't it Alex Jones's show that like was claiming that bullshit, and that was what dude was acting on?
I think he was
I-
recording on it.
Is Rush Limbaugh dead now? Did he die?
Oh, yeah, he died. Yeah, he died.
What's the one? Randy, you would probably be the only one that knows, but he was in Nashville, and he died of COVID. I can't think of his name, but he was a talk show host, like very conservative talk show host that died of COVID.
No, I don't know.
Oh, I forget his name. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
All right, what are you going with? A, B, or C? Rush Limbaugh, a white supremacist tweet, or Hillary Clinton's email account?
I'm gonna say a white supremacist tweet, even though I don't think it's that.
That's what I would have went with. You're right.
Oh,
Holy
what?
shit!
Damn.
Yep. A white supremacist Twitter account spouted blatantly false information about human trafficking being involved around Hillary Clinton that originated from a pizza parlor in D.C. About a month later, a deranged man showed up there with a gun to investigate. I remember that.
I remember.
Blasting holes in the restaurant's interior.
To free those kids, yeah.
That was
All right.
freaky that they were talking about
That was part of that was part of fucking Q.
Yeah, that was.
Or-
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was, wasn't it?
Q Drops was claiming that pizza was a fucking code for pedophilia and all this bullshit.
Yeah,
I
the
hate-
different color,
Q.
different color of Ellen DeGeneres' shirts. You remember that?
What's that?
There was like different colors of Ellen DeGeneres shirts that she would wear and certain things. Like
Oh,
it was
yeah,
like
it was Ellen DeGeneres shirts.
There was a friend of mine that got all of the Q Drop stuff, and I'm like, I kept telling her, I'm like, dude,
You gotta stop.
this is literally the most larpy bullshit.
It's two people who have run LARPs.
Yeah,
I can tell you.
like you're engaged in a LARP right now. That's what you're doing.
I like that. I like that LARPing has kind of become a derogatory term used in the media. I always
All
thought
right.
that was funny.
Who's first on this one? I may
Range.
change the rules. All right, Josh, you get the first dibs on this one.
Okay.
This is for Randy, so yeah. What was the proof that Nirvana lead singer Kurt Cobain died as a result of murder and not suicide? A, the handwriting at the very end of his suicide note was different than the penmanship that appeared at the beginning of the letter. B, on a later album, his wife Courtney Love alluded to murdering her husband in rather vague song lyrics. Or C, a now missing audio tape called The Murderer in Act.
I want to say it was B. No, it wasn't. No.
Oh, do you know, Randy?
Yes.
Okay, I think I know too, so I'm going to guess after Josh.
I did see that fucking documentary called what it was Stained in Bleach. I think it's A.
The handwriting.
Yeah.
Suicide note. Final answer.
Yeah, I'll go with
Me?
A.
That's what I would go with.
It's A.
All right.
Yeah, that was my John Lennon, man.
Yeah.
Kurt Cobain was great, man. That was a weird.
Dude, I still there was a documentary called Kurt and Courtney
Mm-hmm.
that came out,
Oh yeah.
and it was about like they interviewed this guy named Sir Duce, who's the lead singer of this crappy punk band, but he came forward and claimed that like Courtney Love had offered him $5,000 off Kurt, and he thought she was joking. And then later on, El Duce was found hit by a train. Like he died. Like right after coming out and saying that like she offered him $5,000, he gets hit by a fucking train.
Ooh,
So
that's spicy.
yeah,
Huh.
So that was the end of the first page, but I have two more. But some of these are repeats, so I won't go over them.
okay.
But this first one, I'll just give us a chance to talk about because this one did get cut. It's the streams behind vapor behind airplanes. We both said chemtrails. Everybody said
Chemtrails, yeah.
chemtrails, but I don't know if you guys want to talk about it since.
Chemtrails are just like a weird one because it's always just ever talked about by conspiracy theorists. And then the only thing you ever get back from like an airline place or something like that, or like engineers, is just like it's vapor and stuff. So I mean,
Yeah.
I've never experienced the planes coming over and me being like, you know what, time to fight. You know what I mean?
Gay bomb.
Yeah.
They're dropping gay bombs on us.
Yeah, they're dropping gay bombs and stuff. That's what we had referred to the U.S. government. I think back in Vietnam? Was it Vietnam they were trying to come
It
up with
was
the gay bomb?
50s and 60s,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was like Cold War era shit.
Yeah.
They were coming up with the gay bomb. That was
Make your hormones go crazy.
you show up and everything's fucking awesome there. It's just like everything's fucking well done. There's a lot of good fucking shows to go to. Everything's very fashionate, you know.
Just sudden gay pride parade. I've got living in America for some reason going through my head, even though it's not really.
That's what they want. That's what they're trying to Americanize. It was the American bomb.
All right. In a video circulated widely online, what did osteopath Harry Madej claim COVID-19 vaccines would do? Give us superpowers, offer protection against severe illness, alter our DNA, or control our minds? I guess that's the Randy, right?
Yeah.
Probably control our minds if it's a conspiracy theory.
I want to say alter our DNA. So C? Is it C?
You're
That's what
probably
I'm
right.
going.
You're probably right. Yeah.
That's what I'm going with. Yep.
Yeah.
It was C?
Yep.
Nope. Shit.
I'm coming back.
We're tied now.
No. You got one more right than him, so like he's still just one behind now.
Oh, okay.
All right, we talked about this, but according to conspiracy theorist and former football player David Icke, who has hijacked Earth and controls our world leader, Bill Gates, reptile-like creatures, machines that trap us in a simulated environment, or Beyonce,
Beyonce.
reptile creatures.
I thought Beyonce was a reptile.
Yeah.
I thought she
That's
was
fair.
considered one of the reptilians.
Yeah. So either one of those answers would be correct, technically.
I've heard her referred to as a reptilian before. Like, oh, she's at the head
Yeah.
of like
Her
a
and Jay-Z.
satanic reptilian cult.
All right.
I mean, that's
This
I've legit seen stuff where people are like,
She's a very attractive reptilian.
yeah,
Beyonce.
that's what they want.
I don't know. All right. I don't feel like any of us are going to know this, so I just feel like it's going to be a guess. In 2001, a U.S. survey, what percentage of respondents agreed with all three conspiracies that claim the Earth is flat, NASA faked the moon landings, and COVID-19 vaccinations implant tracking microchips? Okay, so we're looking for a number around 2, 5, 10, or 20.
Percent?
Yes.
Oh my God. This.
That's what I'm saying. It's a guess. 2, 5,
Yes.
2, 5, 10, or 20.
Based on the what I recently found out was called the CIA's 80-20 rule. I'm probably thinking like 20.
I'm gonna go with 10.
I don't, man,
I hope it's not 20. I really do.
I
'cause
really
God,
wanted
if
to
it
be
is-
20.
it's 10.
Oh,
Oh, that's bad enough.
He's tied.
that's rough. 10?
10%.
How many people are in the U.S.? What's our population?
I think 360 million.
What's 10% of that?
Like that.
It'd be 38-ish million.
That's a lot of
Yeah.
people. That's a lot
man.
of people.
In 2002, what happened when a conspiracy theorist, Bart Sibrel, called Bud Aldrin a liar for faking the moon landings?
Oh, I know.
Aldrin ran away. Aldrin punched him in the face. Forced Aldrin to watch a film he made about the fake moon landings, or Aldrin apologized for faking the moon landings. I think I know this one. But
Yeah, Randy's up, I think.
He punched him in the face.
yeah.
Punched him in the face. It's a good video. It's a good punch.
I remember when that happened.
We did this one already. I
What
don't
is it?
know.
To go on a little tangent now.
Yeah.
Isn't Buzz? Was it Buzz or was it? Is Buzz the one who's talked about the dark side of the moon stuff? He said they made.
No, it was
Was it Neil?
Edgar Mitchell.
Oh.
Edgar Mitchell's the astronaut that talked about seeing stuff on the dark side of the moon.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Or there's been some astronauts that have reported some encounters of weird stuff. There was the other guy on the International Space Station. Didn't they claim like they saw something that looked like an angel or a snake There was one dude who was like, I saw a giant like space snake, like serpent.
I remember something about a big log, something that was all big and like a big giant string thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ghidorah.
Yeah. Oh god. Think of how big stuff can get out there. Well, they find that I think it was a Russian scientist on the ISS. Um, every time they go up, they do a spacewalk. They take samples off the
Yeah.
window, and they always find bacteria and other stuff
Yeah.
living on it. And they're like,
Stuff living out in space. Yeah.
they're like,
And their explanation is, well, it's because we brought it there, and it's like maybe space is fucking way more conducive to living organisms than we think it is.
yeah, stuff can live up there. It's freaky. I mean, there's times I think about us. I mean, we're on just a giant rock hurtling through space. Like, what if the planet is the spaceship? You know what I mean? Like, what if it's like a bio ship like that? Like, what if planets are kind of like that? You know, I've always because the vast distance of space, and this I didn't really ever think about this till I was talking to one of my buddies, and he was like, if you think about it though, like if we take off from here to go to here, when we come back, the planet's not going to be right here. It's going to be like over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
So I think Lost in Space is a real thing. End
Yeah.
up in the Tarantuloid planet,
Transport system.
Tarantuloid system.
All right, we talked about this one. Where did the myth that vaccines cause autism? It's the Lancet Medical Journal.
Yeah, it was,
Wait. Go ahead.
it was the there was a 1997 thing you
Yeah.
talked about.
Yeah,
Yeah, I stay away from those conspiracies. Those are
that's fair.
you get pulled into that again. Those go to weird stuff. You're like, okay, maybe it does something, but then they always flip a new card. They pull a fucking ace card on you in these type of conspiracies, where all of a sudden they'll be like, okay, yeah, I get you there. You know, they can modify some stuff, and then all of a sudden they're like, so
Which the Jews?
yeah, they're like the Jewish people and the alien reptilians are teaming up, and you're like, okay, like,
Of course.
All right. Which technology was believed to be responsible for the COVID-19 pandemic, according to one popular conspiracy theory? iPads, Samsung phones, 5G, or 4G?
Oh, this is easy.
yeah, 5G.
5G. Yeah.
That's how they were controlling the birds too, right?
Have you actually seen where China actually does have like drone technology that looks like fucking birds?
God damn it!
Like they look just like I mean, would pass for a bird flying past your fucking head.
I hate it. I hate it.
So
And we're over here with our big drones that are flying around.
sound like a fucking helicopter.
Well, that's the thing. Can we go back to that? Just to loop back, the UAPs. It got quiet again. We never heard anything else about the fucking UAP fucking invasion that happened.
Yeah, yeah.
That like, wasn't there supposed to be a report?
We had the Congress thing, you know, where they had the UAP,
Yeah, and they didn't
discussion,
answer dick.
and then they didn't answer anything, and then it went quiet again.
So you think they found the nuke? I'm just gonna start some shit. You think they found that nuke? Because some of the videos that have come out from it, from that time frame, are crazy.
Yeah,
Like some of the drones that they like, people are like, it looks like something crashed over here, and it's like fucking taking up the middle, like the median of a highway, and it's like huge.
yeah, yeah.
And
Like
then-
car size.
And I've seen some where it's like I think it was a cell phone footage from like a car, like passenger, and they're pulling up to like a four-way stop, like intersection with lights, and you can see two things hovering just above there, and like you can kind of make out that like, okay, it definitely has like four arms with like propellers, but the thing's pretty big, and then one of them just goes takes off, and it's just fucking wild to me, man. That stuff's around. That's why I was bringing up DARPA in the chat before. I was like, that's always an interesting, like, because they're supposedly like 25 years ahead of us no matter what.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
what are they doing? What are they messing with?
yeah. They've got some fantastic stuff.
Yeah, what are they doing with AI? You know what I mean?
I read a thing earlier today that was talking about that the government was going to put a clamp on a lot of Silicon Valley AI studies and try to get a grip on it.
Well, because there's a lot of the environmental impact that's happening right now with it. Have you seen
Yeah.
that? Yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of like the watershed. So it's like, oh,
Yeah,
Oh, what
I
is it?
read a thing where they was talking about people needed to stop thanking their AIs because it was causing like so much thermal pollution and shit.
just for it to respond.
Just yeah,
Yeah, I was like, ew.
like stop thinking you're electronic slaves, people.
I did think it was kind of fun. I think it would be kind of funny that the downfall for AIs was just like, it's too much power, man. Just like, yeah, it's just like I guess we're not gonna have it. Like, just like, yeah, I guess we. It's like, oh, then here comes this new tech, and then it, like if it gets to the point of like, yeah, just not worth it. Just not. Like,
Firing everything up.
yeah. Yeah. What's the next
All
one?
right.
What's the next one?
Yeah, not heard of this one. Which famous author believed that Queen Elizabeth I was actually a man because of her academic ability, financial acumen, the leadership skills, and because she never married? Arthur Conan Doyle, Thomas Hardy, Edgar Allan Poe, or Bram Stoker?
Hell,
What author? What was the second one?
Thomas Hardy? I don't even know who that is.
I know the name. I forget why. I'm gonna go with Thomas Hardy.
Arthur Conan Doyle, Thomas Hardy, Edgar Allan Poe, Bram Stoker.
I'll go with the first guy.
The who?
The first guy.
Do you even know what he wrote? Do you know what he wrote? Or are you just guessing?
Arthur Conan Doyle is Conan, right?
No.
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 What did he write?
I'm not telling you.
I'm not telling you.
That's my guess. That's my guess, but I don't know that it's right.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm guessing because I recognize.
All right, you gonna go with A?
Yeah.
And you got Thomas Hardy, right, Josh?
Yeah.
It's Bram Stoker, so where everybody's wrong.
Bram Stoker did that?
Yeah, I thought he was like too old. I don't know when Queen Elizabeth I was alive, but
Yeah, when did Bram Stoker write Dracula?
1800s, right?
yeah, it just feels like a long time ago. I don't know. Arthur Conan Doyle did Sherlock Holmes.
Hmm.
Oh,
So-
okay.
All right, CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research, discovered the Higgs boson particle in 2012. According to the conspiracy theories, what did scientists accidentally do? Create a black hole that absorbed the Earth, opened a portal to another universe, blew up the Earth, or opened a gateway to hell?
Okay.
There should be multiple.
There's a
answers.
there's a lot of conspiracies around this one.
Yeah,
Uh,
there's conspiracies that like that we literally split off and had a different timeline start then, and we've been all living on a freaking hell timeline ever since.
I could see that.
Yeah, because I've heard I thought they created a small black hole.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so I think is that B?
that was A, I believe.
The
It's
A?
A, but it also says a black hole that absorbed the Earth.
No, I didn't absorb the Earth.
B is portal to another universe, blew up the Earth, opened a gateway to hell.
Considering the world line we've been on here recently,
Yeah. I'm gonna go with blew up the Earth.
Blew up the Earth. All right, Randy.
I'm gonna say black hole.
All right. That is right.
Which one?
The black hole.
Oh,
Sorry, this one doesn't give me a description like the other one did. It just like really quick. It's like you got it right, and then goes to the next one.
Yeah, the CERN one. There's been a lot of talks is where like when they fired it up the first time, that's when like Mandela effect stuff started happening.
Yep.
They talked about that like there's been theories that they did something that like we fucked up this timeline and they used CERN to like drop us into another one.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I heard about the black hole. Now, with what we talked about last podcast
That's what I was thinking of.
was,
We're all living in black holes.
yeah, would we know if that happened? Because doesn't like time go fucking wonky?
Well, the premise is that they would have created a miniature black hole. CERN did.
And
That would then get attracted by the gravity of our core, which the black hole would then eat everything on the way down. But it's already almost infinitesimally small, right? So it would actually go through most of the atoms of whatever's between it and the core. The problem is once it got to the core, it would then start devouring the core and the earth. And it wouldn't be like an instantaneous thing. It would take like a long time for it to eat the earth like that.
yeah,
But
but
that was the problem.
but once a black hole has its fill, basically, like doesn't it just match its size? Like I thought if it was that small, once it had like so much, it would just pop away because it like filled itself up.
It would depend on what kind of black hole it is, yeah.
Yeah. They were trying to make a god, man.
Yeah.
We were talking about black holes are the gods, dude.
You start getting into like black hole stuff, I can talk all day.
Dude, black. Well, there's
Like
so
you get
interesting,
two
man.
black holes and shoot them towards each other with an electromagnetic spin on one and then a negative spin on the other, and you create a Tipler sinusoid, and it gets crazy. Yeah, you get all kinds of crazy shit.
Didn't that just happen, or they observed something like that happening? It was two black
They're
holes like
they're they're
smash-
messing with that kind of stuff right now. Yeah.
yeah, smashing into each other. I wonder what that will lead to. Is that where we're gonna figure out anti-grav?
Yeah.
I've always found black holes so interesting because it's just like a literal hole in reality.
Yeah.
Like that's just you don't grow up thinking about that. You can't break reality.
You know that premise that the black holes have universes inside of them. The whole idea now is that if you were to go into a black hole, you would be broken down to your atomic parts, elements, and those
Spaghetti
atomic elements would then go into
making
producing this new universe.
yeah.
So
Hmm.
you'd be rebuilt on the other side eventually.
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 With like any sense of order.
Eventually. Like in the full scheme of the universe, eventually.
There has to be some
But
like
how long that would
geology of the
take.
universe. You know, like it balances itself out. It has to. There has to be some weird system in there that like it all works together. Like there's always a bigger fish. Like the fucking black hole is the big fish.
I do love the ending of Men in Black 1 where you keep like pulling out, and then it's just like two aliens just playing dice or whatever with the
little
marble
Hey,
galaxy.
marbles.
Yeah. Oh, that was cool.
What's the next
Are we full of black holes right now?
Yeah, we're full. This black hole's full.
All right, we talked about this one before, but this one got cut off. What allegedly lies beneath Denver International Airport? Both of you guys put a secret bunker designed to house the global political elite.
I mean,
We talked
good place
about
to do it too. Like Colorado's a decent place to do that at, right?
Yeah, the Rockies. I mean,
I just feel like it's really
there's
protected.
nuclear holocaust. It would be one of the last places it's going to get hit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
you
I mean,
mentioned
keep it underground like that.
you mentioned all the art in Lucifer that they have there.
yeah, the art is fucking wild. Cause it's just like murals of like war and destruction and
Famine.
yeah, and like, but they've also like I said they've embraced like the conspiracy memes and stuff. So like they'll have like stuff up that's like, pardon our appearance, we're expanding the underground bunker for the lizard folk or some, you know what I mean? They'll have like a little lizard person on the fucking thing holding you know, like a work hat on. I think that's pretty funny. But I mean, like,
You got to really wonder, man, if there really are grays and there really are lizard folk, reptilians or whatever, what do they think of our little cartoony versions of them? You know, that we
Oh,
in media.
I like. Did they watch the South Park episode when they're shoving stuff up people's asses? Like, I've always been curious of how like alien life would like observe us and like our media and like watching episodes of Friends. You know what they, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I'm always curious, but I've also thought about too. I don't care how advanced you are. You need entertainment in some way. I want to
Oh yeah.
know what like daytime TV for fucking Grays is. You know, like what is it? What
Grey's
do the
Anatomy.
tarantuloids watch when they're unemployed on an afternoon? You know, like what's their version of superheroes? What's their version of like, whatever?
Days of
Like,
our lives.
yeah, what's their days of our lives? That's why I always find like Rick and Morty's like interdimensional television was always like my favorite episodes they do. Just watching
Oh
like
yeah,
weird episodes like is it or they're jumping through like the multiverse and it's like they keep passing through the same house and the first one is like humans and like hey order a pizza, yeah, extra pepperoni, and then like jump through one and now all the humans are the furniture and the chairs
yeah,
are ordering something like
yeah,
ordering like hey I'm gonna get a slice of human, you want, yeah, throw some extra human on there,
yeah.
All right. Which musician died in a car accident in 1966 and was replaced by a look-alike, according to one conspiracy theory? Rod Stewart, Elton John, Bruce Springsteen, or Paul McCartney?
Paul McCartney.
Bruce Springsteen. I'm probably wrong.
I would say Paul McCartney just because it's like
Yeah.
the Beatles have their own conspiracy theory all around them. And yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. So, all right, Josh, you down too, man. We don't have too many more points left. You did good, though. I mean, out of Randy's got 12, you've got
Not Force Lightning.
In 2024, the Pentagon formally denied a pop star that was working for them to influence public opinion. Who was it? Taylor Swift, Shakira, Lady Gaga, and I don't even know. Dua Lipa? I don't know. Y'all remember?
You're talking about
Dua
people I don't
Lipa.
even know who these
Dua
people are.
Lipa.
Dua Lipa?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dua Lipa is. Um.
Here's your chance, Josh.
Oh, I don't know though for this one because like, not not
Uh,
Shakira.
the Pentagon, too. It wasn't even like the White House or something. The Pentagon formally denied a pop star who was working for them to influence public opinion.
Does it say when?
Yeah, 24, January 2024.
Taylor Swift. I gotta go with Taylor Swift. She's at like the height.
I'm gonna say
Lady Gaga,
Lady
Shakira.
Gaga. I'm gonna say Lady Gaga.
It is Taylor Swift.
Nope.
I'm surprised because,
I
yeah,
live
all
with
of
a
those.
Swiftie.
Do what?
I live with Lauren's a big Taylor Swift fan.
I mean, that's the thing, though. It's like everybody likes her. So, or,
Yeah.
she's got a huge fan base. So I was like,
It's because the CIA's paid for all that shit.
Well, I was exactly. Well, the Eras tour she just did, which is massive. She did this huge worldwide concert, and I watched Lauren put it on Disney Plus. I was watching. I was like, it's a really good concert. Um, but I was like, she did this everywhere, all over the world, and she's like, yeah. I was like, this is a ritual. I was like, she's conducting a ritual. This is like where she's going is certain like ley line node spots and stuff, gathering everyone together.
yep.
There's something going on. She's up to
I mean,
something.
Eris is a goddess name, is it not?
Yeah,
So
Eris?
Eris.
Eris.
I don't know that.
Her tour was called the Eris Tour.
Yeah.
All right. The Bolivian Illuminati was a secret society found by Adam Weishaupt in 1776. What was its purpose? To infiltrate the upper class of society, To take over the world, to oppose religious influence on society, or to host life drawing classes. 1776.
Wait, say this again. What?
The Barbarian Illuminati was a secret society found by Adam, I don't know, it looks German to me, in 1776. What was its purpose? To imitate the upper class of society, take over the world, oppose religious influence on society, or to host drawing classes.
Maybe this happened to do with the Illuminati is take over the world.
I feel like this was infiltrate the upper class.
All right. Final answers?
Yeah, I'll go with. I think mine was A then, right?
Oh, both of you guys wrong. What did that say? Oh, come on. What did.
Was it the
Hang on.
was it the drawing class?
No, it says to oppose religious influence on society.
Oh, okay.
Okay. We got two more. What do the flat earthers think is at the center of the planet? The South Pole, the North Pole, the Bermuda Triangle, or the Sahara Desert?
Oh, I don't actually.
What do they think's on the bottom of the planet?
No, the center.
What, the center of the planet.
Oh, I guess the Sahara would make sense.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go
What do you
with
think, Josh?
I hate to even say that. The sense,
Let's-
any kind of sense
The
of
Sahara makes sense.
the north.
Okay.
Ah,
Yeah, I'm going to guess Bermuda Triangle. North Pole. Man, y'all are tied.
Yep. Well, shit.
okay.
I was thinking,
Flat Earth is weird.
yeah, I was thinking Bermuda Triangle. That's why everything like weird happens there. And I was thinking that's more of like the center of like the globe when you see the map spread out. So I was like, that's
Yeah.
more center than.
My thing about Flat Earth is it's game on. I think it's. I think Flat Earth is a wild conspiracy. Just the fact of what's the story? Because the big one I see is that they keep it hidden from us because they want to have all that extra land past the ice wall. That's the other thing that blew me away was that they have like this extended map like Minecraft that just keeps going past it, like the Antarctic wall.
See, I've
like-
not seen that.
Yeah,
The
they name it wild stuff. It'd be like Middle Earth and all this shit, right? And
well, like
the
go ahead,
theory is, there's part of the theory is that they keep it hidden that there's all this extra land because they don't want us to know about it. And it's like, but why? To me, I always thought it would be easier. It was like, why would they hide the fact that the Earth is flat? Because it would just be easier if way back in the day they're like, guys, the Earth's flat, and everyone would be like, oh, okay, that's just the fucking way it is.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And they thought it was flat, and you tell me just one dude came out and was like, nope, it's round, guys. We figured it out. I don't know. The flat Earth one was weird, and because of the resurgence recently, it's just kind of wacky for me to get
Yeah.
behind. I
The
just
thing-
thought it was cool that they have like this. If you look it up, look up the extended map of the Earth with like the flat Earth thing, and it just is like continents past the ring, but they name it like this is Middle Earth and this is fucking Narnia and this is like
So that's what I was going to talk about is like it was years ago. I remember there was another podcast that I was listening to and the dude was trying to research it and he's like, "Man, I'm googling all the time." And he said everything I'm pulling up is just arguments to say, "No, guys, the earth is actually round." He's like, "I can't even listen to their argument. Like, I don't know if it's just the Google search has filtered all that out." He's like, "But I would actually like to listen to somebody talk about it." He's like, "I don't obviously believe it, but like you just can't even find anything." So I
Yeah.
didn't even know there was a map out
yeah,
there.
they're trying to shut it all down. I mean I enjoy listening to like a good debate like that. It is funny. There is a documentary a YouTuber made named Veritas. I follow him. I don't know if I've ever talked to you guys about it, but he did it's a 4.5 hour like podcast. Not podcast, but like documentary that he did, and it's called oh my God, it's called something with a curve, something like that. Let me find it real quick. It's 4.5 hours, but what he breaks down is like not proving it wasn't like he shows all the science and stuff, but the big part of what it is it's not about like flat like flat earthers are wrong or anything. What he tries to do with the documentary is like try to get you to understand how they think
Mhm.
and like why they think this way. And like a lot of it is just like a lack of understanding of certain things. But it's like
80/20.
it's a great freaking documentary.
What's the 80/20 that you referenced earlier, Randy?
It's the 80/20.
Let me see if I can
So
find
what's that mean?
what's it called?
That 80% of any populace is going to be too stupid to understand the concept you're talking about.
Oh yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
Uh,
I do think it's ironic that how many people have went up, like just they have tried to research and they have like weather balloons or whatever, and they end up getting killed. Like, didn't a dude get up in a rocket to try to prove that the Earth was flat, and like, didn't it blow up on him? And like other, it's like these people are killing themselves constantly. Like they're just weeding themselves out trying to prove it and getting killed in the process.
Okay, this is the documentary. I'm sorry. It's 7 hours and 44 minutes long. It's a very well done fucking documentary. I will say
Good
it takes
Lord.
you some time to do it, but I remember when he was making this and he was talking about it, and a lot of it was he was like I only want it to be like 2 hours or something like that. But he started to realize to explain everything and to get like through everything, he just kept having to keep going and like expand on everything so much. Um, but I'll sorry, there we go. Hey, I'm gonna pop this over into the chat for you guys to enjoy at your leisure. If you want to have something to listen to, it's really good though. It is a well done, put together documentary. So please don't let like the 7 hour and 44 minute time. I would say like listen for a little bit at a time, but it's like really good. There'll be times you'll put it on and be like, I don't want to turn it off. Because you're talking about like I just want to listen to some of this stuff, like
Yeah.
their arguments. That's the documentary because he like goes
Yeah.
into like all of it with people. Um,
All right.
yeah,
Ready for the last one?
yeah. Last one.
We got some, like I said, rapid fire, but we don't have the 2 points for that. So you guys are tied right now.
Okay.
Last question. I don't even know what this is. Which satirical conspiracy theory was started by Peter McIndo in 2017? Birds aren't real. Ted Cruz is the Zodiac killer. The Brazilian state of
Oh.
Acre doesn't exist, or a force field repels tropical cyclones away from Hong Kong.
Uh,
Birds aren't
I
real.
think
Ted
the bird's
Cruz.
not real, but it might be the Ted Cruz one because that happened.
That's what
That happened right around 2017. So
I don't know who that Peter. Like I said, McIndo. I don't know.
I know the conspiracies that you speak of in the multiple
Yeah,
choice here. I
yeah.
don't know him, but
yeah,
That's the best I could do is like do it in 2017.
I feel like Birds Aren't Real didn't come about until like 2020.
you might be right. Yeah,
Uh,
it might be later on.
You're giving your edge away, Josh. You could win this, man.
I know. I really feel the Ted Cruz one though, because that one felt around that time too.
That
I
one's
do
definitely
like.
around that time because it was Trump while he was campaigning was the one that fucking said that Ted Cruz's dad was the
He was
Zodiac
the
killer.
Zodiac.
I like that Ted Cruz just leaned into it. Though. Like,
It's pretty funny. What do you do at that point? Like,
yeah,
when I bet you he wasn't expecting that for his political career to get thrown at him.
goodness.
Um, I'm gonna go with Ted Cruz. I really think it's the Ted Cruz one.
I'm gonna go with birds aren't real.
All right. So- birds aren't real.
Fuck. I was gonna go with birds aren't real too. I was like,
All right. So we got
birds aren't real didn't happen till around 2020 when people were like they're charging the birds. That's why they locked us down, was to charge the birds again.
Yeah, yeah.
all right. We got 13-12. Randy winning.
It's close. All right.
Good job, man.
All right.
Th-
Not bad. I have to brush up.
So for time, we probably should like. There was one thing that I found when I was just looking up questions. One was actually a survey that you fill out, and it's got like the little 5 dots where it's like, do you disagree, neutral, agree, all of that. But like,
Because at the end it tells you how crazy you are.
it was to see how much of a conspiracy theorist that you are. The government is involved in a murder of innocents and are well-known public figures and keeps it secret. Do you disagree, neutral, or agree?
Well, see, here's the thing about that. Okay, that's if you're a conspiracy theorist and are like, I'm deep in it. I love conspiracies because it's interesting. I don't fucking believe a lot of them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's the
for
thing.
sure.
Same.
I find them so fascinating because it's like fun to try to pick through the story. And
Yeah.
like what where like you said, you brought up like the reptilian one. Like, where did it all start? There's a YouTube that does that. He kind of goes through urban legends and kind of really breaks them down back to like where they started. One that broke my heart was he did one on the stairs in the woods.
Yeah.
And it was like, no, he got down. It's a group of people that have done it over
Oh,
time.
really?
And I was like, I didn't want to believe that because some of it, I'm like, how the fuck did they do that?
Oh, crop circles. That's never came up. Crop circles are weird, man.
Yeah.
Crop circles are very weird.
Yeah. They've got video. They've got video of some wild like plasma discharges around crop circles that they can't explain.
I remember seeing some wild, like back in the late '90s when I was like watching like Unsolved Mysteries. They had done like great ones on crop circles. But I remember there was one they showed, and it really, when I was younger, I was like, fucking what? But it was like, you see the really cool ones, which is like all the rings and like patterns and stuff. But then they showed one, it was like, it looked like pixel art of like a dude on a bike. But it was like the whole cornfield and it had lines going through it, like as if like with speed. And then it looked like something from like an old school Nintendo game.
Huh.
And that one kind of was like, why would they fucking do that? Like,
What are they trying to tell us?
yeah. Now I'm always curious if like
We're in a hurry, bitch.
you get the crop circles and then they they have to have so many documented. There has to be governments that have them documented and have been trying to decipher like what the fuck they are.
Yeah.
Like the symbols and shit. And I know like there's people that can like, I remember back in the day they showed like the guys that hoaxed it and it was just like a board with some rope that they
Yeah.
walked through.
Well, they've shown where like in a legit crop circle, the stems have been like almost cooked and laid out like bent over and then re-solidified.
Yeah.
They're not bent and broken the way that like if you're pressing down the way those old
Also
guys.
they get like weird like radiation readings too.
Yeah.
So that's crop circles are weird, man. Because like you never really hear too many people report like I saw a flying saucer right there, and then the next morning there was crop circles. There's not too many that talk about like seeing like UAPs
I
doing
don't-
it.
Is that common in the United States anyway? Like I usually picture that in like Europe and stuff.
It's usually in Britain,
Yeah.
but there's been like crop circles that's happened here in Tennessee even.
Yeah, every single one of these questions could be its own episode.
They could. Yeah.
So, okay.
It's how much we want to discuss it and fucking
Yeah.
dissect it.
So we'll skip. I won't do that because I mean we doing the test to see how much of a conspiracy theorist we are. But again, rapid. Do y'all have time to do rapid fire or no?
Yeah, I can.
I know we went a little bit further. Are you good, Randy?
Yeah, we get yeah.
Yeah, we
got,
should.
like,
Seeing
10
I forgot to fucking turn on the
So,
recording in there.
We'll do this like Let's do a 1 out of 5 on how much you believe this. 5 being the most.
Okay.
UFOs and aliens.
5.
5.
Man, I got like a UFOs 4, aliens probably 2. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, that's hard for me to believe, man.
Oh man, I'm totally down.
Like no, yeah. Anyway, whole episode. Moon landing
5.
that we landed on the moon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah 5. Flat Earth. The Earth is a flat plane rather than a sphere. Governments are lying to people about it.
1.
0.
0.
It was a-
1, but I also kind of want it to be true. Like,
All right, so I'm gonna say this one word, but then I'm gonna describe what it says. It's QAnon.
Oh,
I know. I knew what Randy was gonna say. So, a secret society of elite Satan worshippers, cannibal pedophiles are running a global child sex ring.
I just feel like that's a lot of work.
Go
there
ahead.
is a lot of horrific trafficking going on in the real world. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
Nashville.
QAnon is a bunch of fucking horseshit. So
Yeah. I would agree. I don't
Yeah.
know what number that gets, but we'll get it. All right. Global warming. Scientists have faked and distorted climate data as a part of a plot to control energy and get research funding. Do you think that's a conspiracy theory?
I mean, I remember when I was a kid that it snowed, like during the winter.
No, it doesn't.
Like actually, like there was cold, and there was an actual like difference of seasons, and we really don't have that anymore. So I kind of believe that there is climate change happening. I don't
Do you think-
necessarily. I don't know if I believe necessarily that it's all man-made, and it's not possible. That it's a lot of it. A lot of it's just cyclical.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Randy on that one. Like, I really feel like it is cyclical. Like, it's just happens and things shift.
I'm a 3 on that one, where it's like, I do think people have used stuff to their own benefit,
Oh,
but
absolutely.
that goes on both sides.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I mean, it was crazy that they just talked about, like, was it Antarctica that just grew a bunch of ice in the last year or something this past year?
Mhm. Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Like, there's so much stuff we don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I still don't think we fully grasp how our planet works. Honestly.
We don't.
All right, 5G. Do 5G radio frequencies are being used to control people and are spread diseases via mobile phone towers?
I mean, technically it did. The conspiracy did. Uh,
Spread brain rot.
yeah. I'm a
Oh.
1 on that one.
Yeah.
Like,
One.
not that I don't think like Wi-Fi in the air and all that stuff has to have some effect.
yeah.
In some
I would
way.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, it has to do something. At
Like
least
I
the
noticed the
aliens or
other day, I was playing my PlayStation, had my headphones on like you, Josh, and like I went to the microwave and was like messing with stuff, and I was like, "What the crap is my headset going bad?" And it was just because it was right there to the microwave.
Yeah.
I'm like, that does kind of freak you out a little bit, where it's like, I didn't feel anything, but like it's messing with the electronics in the room. I don't know.
There are times I
No,
think
you-
about
yeah.
that microwaves are kind of weird. And we have like kind of like it's not a nuke, but it's just like you're fucking using like radio wave type deals, like microwaves to fucking heat shit up. Is freaky.
No kidding. We'll have to get him on here to talk about this. Darby blames his microwave for his divorce because he swears that it was giving out. I'm not kidding.
I don't know if I should laugh at that, but
No, I mean he laughed. I mean, but yeah, he blamed.
The-
Yep, for his 3rd divorce.
his dude. Okay, all right. Not
So,
the other two though.
no.
Okay.
All right,
What
9/11. The
brand-
U.S.
What brand of microwave?
I don't know. He actually gave a pretty good scientific description, or like
Something was going on.
it made sense. But again, that was 10 years ago. I don't
I
remember. What
also
he said.
thought what were like some of the first microwaves that were put out definitely weren't safe. They definitely
Oh, God, no. Yeah.
Like,
I remember the microwave my grandmother had in the '80s, and that thing wasn't safe, man.
You know
Like
what I
say
still can't.
you would feel heat if you got close to it.
The dog has seizures every time we turn it on.
See, we're going back. We're 3s and 4s now. When we
Exactly.
Oh man. All right. 9/11. The U.S. government was complicit in the 9/11 terrorist attacks.
Mm.
Yeah. I'm kind of at a.
Mm.
I'm at kind of a
Hold on.
3 on
When we
that
say
one.
complicit, do we just mean like they allowed it to happen so that they could go to war?
Sure.
Okay, I'm a 5 on that one.
I'm kind of a 3. Kind of a 3 on it because I will say like a lot of it does make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Especially with what happened, looking back.
I don't
on it, so-
necessarily believe that they blew up the buildings themselves and all that kind of shit, but like
Yeah.
I totally would believe that they would allow something like that to happen if it meant they got a full slate to
Yeah.
push what they wanted to push.
All right. John F. Kennedy's assassination was orchestrated by forces beyond that of Lee Harvey Oswald acting alone.
5.
5. Probably.
See, I'm a 3 just because I don't know. Even after everything's came out, I don't know crap.
There's just a lot of weird stuff around that
It-
too.
I hear you. I just haven't researched that enough.
What was that documentary, Manning? That because I know you've watched it, the one where it talked about Bush Senior.
The Oliver Stone one?
I don't know if it's, but it talked about that Bush Senior was like literally like
Yeah.
in Dallas that day that all that shit happened, and nobody talks about it.
Yeah, I think that was I think that's the Oliver Stone one that he made because Oliver Stone is like that is his like knowledge base is like JFK.
Yeah.
The assassination. But they're what the fuck is it?
Dark Legacy.
Dark Legacy is what it's called. I think it's on
Yeah.
Prime or Netflix or something like that. It's really good. I mean, it's made by
Yeah,
Oliver
it was
Stone.
good.
But that one also connects like the Bush family to the Bin Laden family and like all the like. There's a lot of connections, man. And it's like it's hard to ignore when it gets put in front of you. So that's why I'm like, 5.
Have you seen the one that Trudeau is Fidel Castro's son? Have you seen pictures of that?
No.
Dude, for real. I'm gonna send you guys this after. But like, if you put his picture next to Fidel Castro,
You're like, oh shit.
yeah, and like apparently they were down. Like his parents were down in Cuba around the time that she got pregnant. So everybody's like, "These are personal friends. What's going on, dude?" I'm just telling you,
Is
the
it Justin
picture
Trudeau?
will make
Is he
you
the
like,
last prince of Cuba? Like,
yeah. Just by going by the pictures, it makes you think. But I'll get back on track. So chemtrails.
I haven't heard that one.
Chemtrails that jets leave behind contain chemicals which are used to control populations.
No,
2.
I'm like
I just wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past the government.
1.5.
I'm a little bit there.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'll say
Oh,
I'll
there's
go
all
2.
of them. You go too? All right.
Yeah.
A secret society that the world is being controlled by a secret group such as the Illuminati or the Freemasons.
1. Like, as much as I'd love,
I think that people would try.
I think people have tried. I just think this world is way too chaotic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Trump administration has shown that that's not happening.
And
So-
no group with full power would share that power with each other. That's the other thing. I feel like there would be way too much infighting. I think it'd be worse than the political landscape we're in now. Like, no, I'm gonna control the world, Have you
It's
seen
not-
the Netflix shows the Penn what's it called? It's about like the good Illuminati. It's like Mike Myers.
I have seen previews of that. That's supposed to be really.
It is really good. But I'm like, that's what I want. I want a group of fucking like a secret society, but like no, we try to steer humanity towards the good the whole time. They're always trying to thwart the Illuminati. Like,
All right. The COVID-19 coronavirus was created in a lab as a biological weapon in order to control the population.
I mean, it was made in a lab.
Not to control the population, but I totally believe it was made in
It
a
was
lab.
definitely a fuck up in a lab. So I'm like, I gotta
Yeah.
say one because it's control the population. I don't think that's it.
I think
But it was
All right,
just
Randy.
made
This
it
this is probably a longer conversation, but you've changed since then. You used to not think it was in a lab.
well, look, I thought it's either I was okay with it being a once in 100-year plague,
Yeah, that's what I thought it was
mean-
too. Until like I was like, this
but I
shit
think there's enough
happens.
evidence out now that shows that it probably did come from a lab.
I mean, there's like what's that cave? There's a cave that you can't go in unless it's like it's like strictly like controlled who can go in there because like
In
I wanna say-
China? You
I
talking
think
what
it's
you
in
talking
China, yeah, but no, because there's elephants that go in there, so maybe it's Africa, but there's bats in there. But also like because there's like certain like I want to say some type of like mineral licks on the stalactites, like elephants would go in there. So saliva mixing in with the bat guano, it's like you go in there, you're dead without a hazard suit on. Like you're
Yeah.
catching something unknown and dying. So they like control this freaking this cave. I forget where it is. I just saw it on something. Yeah, and that's the other thing is like they were talking about like the wet market and such. So it's like there's always the possibility of that. So I always was like, yeah, that's what happened. And then once I found out about like no, but there's a like virus lab there in Wuhan and fucking this is
Yeah, literally.
literally what they're fucking. I was like, oh, someone fucked up. Someone
Yeah.
fucked up and walked out with it on their sleeve.
We're just pissed that they acted like we were stupid for like questioning it. It's like, come on, guys.
That's
Like,
oh yeah, that pissed me off too. Once people started being like, "Hey, but all
Yeah.
the evidence is saying this." It's like, is that what it is? It's like I'm not mad. It's just say what the fuck happened.
yeah. All right. Princess Diana was either assassinated by the royal family or faked her own death and is still alive.
Ooh.
I mean, there was some craziness when that happened. You know, that was pointing towards the royal family being very upset with her when she died.
Now I was
Okay,
younger.
whoa. Would they have not killed Harry and Meghan yet, though? Like, have they not went so much worse?
That's
in the
true.
I don't think they could get away with it like they could back then.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I'm not saying that they killed Princess Diana. I don't think they did. Personally, I don't think.
No, I
they
think it
did.
was definitely the paparazzi being assholes.
Yeah,
But I didn't know too much about like the royal family at that time when it happened. But I remember when Princess Diana died because I was in like middle school or something, just out of
Yeah.
elementary or something like that. Because I think my little sister was born like a little bit after that. And I didn't know like what was going on with her because everyone loved her. That was the thing. Everyone
Yeah.
loved Princess Diana. What was the royal family's issue?
she was dating or she was engaged to a. I don't want to fucking be insensitive because I can't remember his fucking nationality, but I think he was like a uh, Arabic, uh, really wealthy,
Oh, okay.
uh, and they didn't like the way it looked to the family
Ah.
and stuff.
Just like what's happening with Megan and
Kind of, yeah.
um, I'm at a 2 with that one. I think.
I don't know on that one. So
Yeah, it's,
Yeah, I don't think they actually had her killed.
yeah, I don't
but
think they actually did. I think it just happened.
all right, last one.
Paparazzi were fucked up in that time. That time, I
Yeah.
read.
Last one. I'm going to throw a spin on it at the end. The 2020 U.S. federal election was stolen by Democrats through widespread fraud.
Which one? The 2020?
2020.
2020,
I don't
Zero.
believe it. I don't believe it.
I'm at like a 2 on that one.
I
But
mean, not that
not
there
for-
isn't like voter fraud or anything or any
Yeah,
other
yeah,
type
yeah.
of weird thing, but like I just don't.
I-
I just don't think
the
so.
widespread, I think, is what like
Yeah, the
tilt
widespread,
towards,
but
no.
like,
Yeah.
he won again, guys. So I mean, like,
Yeah, I think people were just fed up with his bullshit at the time.
yeah,
I agree.
I think that's all.
The one thing I will say is I think that
People are
thing
home.
with
That's why too. I think people were more
Yeah.
able to go vote than I got to work and then they forget about it. The amount of times, years ago that like I'd be at work and someone was like, "Oh, did you vote today?" I'm like, "Oh shit," like
Right. Yeah.
2020, everyone was at home just watching TV and it's what they had to do, really. You know?
The thing that I will say, and why I will bump it up from like a 1 or a 0, where it's like they did absolutely try to put themselves in the best situation
Oh
of
yeah.
all of the bail-in and all of that stuff. Now, that is the Republicans would do the same thing if that would benefit them. I'm not saying that they wouldn't, but it's like they did kind of stretch what was supposed to be legal at the point to get across the finish line. But
Yeah,
I
I
don't,
think
I
so
don't.
too. I mean,
But
the
the
country was
twist
kind of tearing
is
itself apart.
from a 2-day-year-old conspiracy now, the newest one. Do you think that they lied about his prostate cancer? Have you seen that? So
Who's?
Biden just announced that he
Yeah,
has
just got
prostate,
diagnosed.
but
Oh.
it is already in his bones and like stage 4. And there was another guy I saw talking today, and he's like, "Hey, I had the same thing as Biden, and they don't even think I'm going to live throughout the summer. So like, it's probably coming."
He ain't gonna last long if it's in his bones.
No.
Yeah.
Do you think they hid that? I guess I'll just ask
Oh yeah,
Randy.
probably,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah,
Just look at like there was clear deterioration in
yeah,
like the last part of his, you know, like his time frame there. You know, it's like it was getting weird, guys. It was getting
yeah.
weird putting Grandpa up there.
Yeah.
Like
I read a
you
thing
said,
today that was talking about that part of his administration was worried about if he would have won. I mean,
He
if
put
he'd
that
have
on
win
there.
in a re-election, whether or not he'd have been in
be able to fucking do
been in a fucking
Wheelchair.
wheelchair the whole time
Yeah, I saw that.
yeah.
because he was so feeble.
Yeah, they said his like spine was getting so weak.
Yeah.
Can we get a younger guy in there? Come on,
Uh,
just a little bit younger.
I want to get. It's legal at 35 years old to become president. I want to get someone that's just balls crazy.
To do it.
Since apparently it's okay to elect people that are balls crazy.
Yeah.
I want someone balls crazy but's 35 years old.
I don't know who that would be.
I think
I don't know.
I think
I
it's
don't think
coming
they
though.
exist
I
yet.
think it's coming. I
I
think we're
want
gonna see it in
somebody
the
in
next
their
few
40s or
elections.
50s, like that understands what cryptocurrency is
How,
and that understands,
how old was
all of
Vivek?
that. Do what?
How old was Vivek?
He's in his 50s, I think.
I didn't like it.
Vivek is in his 50s?
I think.
Okay, he is a perfect example though, where that guy just got up there and showed his ignorance.
Dude. He knew he wasn't gonna win, so he just threw fire. He just threw fire
Yeah,
everywhere.
he was up there to just be a vice president of Trump. It was ridiculous.
He's 39.
Oh, okay.
He's my age. I didn't know that. I mean, I knew he was like younger. I thought maybe he was like a few years older than me.
Now he would be my argument. That's why we don't need anybody younger. It's like we need someone.
Want someone in like their 60s, man. 50,
60s, you're
55 to
young.
60.
You're only young compared to what they are nowadays.
Yeah,
Yeah,
55 to 60, man. I think that'd be great. I don't know. How old was Kennedy? JFK. He
I think
was
he
like
was
in
in
his
his
40s.
40s, I believe, when
Yeah,
when
he
he
was one of the
elected.
younger ones.
Yeah.
Trump now is the oldest elected president, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
How old is he now? He's 78.
72, I think.
Oh, he's 72. Okay.
I think.
You sure?
He may not be. Is it 70?
I thought he was older than that. I don't know. Well, I'm actually gauging it off Biden because Biden in his 4 years, I thought he's getting way on up there. He just, man, he looks so feeble. I don't know.
He's 78.
Trump or
Yeah,
Biden?
Trump's 78.
Oh,
Okay, so he'll be
Yeah.
82 at the end of the.
That's what I thought. I thought he was closer to
No,
80.
we'll have an 80-year-old president.
Here we are.
What was the song you were singing earlier, Randy?
Which song was that?
I don't know.
Is
The
that a
free.
Nirvana?
No, when we talked about the gay bomb.
Oh, you're living in America.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Kept playing in your head.
All right. Well, hopefully that was fun.
I
Yeah,
like
well,
Give us a bunch to talk about, I will say.
yeah.
I hope people enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it at home. We're getting close. We're getting close. Coming up on summer, end of this summer. August 16th, McMinnville Civic Center?
Yes. Well, yeah, Milner Recreation Center.
I think,
Milner
yeah.
Recreation. I want to call it the Civic Center. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
that's what I like to call those around here.
Yeah.
The Wild Man Encrypted Con, August 16th, guys. Come join us for our third annual Wild Man Encrypted Con in McMinnville, Tennessee. Our tickets are up on sale on Eventbrite. We'll have a ticket down, link down in the description below. If you want to come and join us, we have huge vendor hall this year. We got a lot of guests that aren't speaking, so you can still meet people. Legends in the Bigfoot community, the cryptid community. We have a bunch of podcasts coming in this year too.
Yep.
And then we have a great lineup of guest speakers. So yeah, come down and join us. And also, if you have any encounters or stories or anything you'd like us to talk about, please email us. We'd love to hear from you. Please. I don't
Yes.
want to have to start every do we got any encounters? Nope.
Nope.
We're gonna get a doozy at some point. We're gonna get a doozy at some point, I think. There's
Probably
gonna be
right
one
around.
that's like we can't talk
Or-
about it. What was
What'd
that?
you say?
I said probably around the convention. Like we'll just have like a whole list of things.
Yeah, yeah.
People tell us a bunch of stuff at the convention. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys, that's it for tonight. We'll see you guys next week. We have a guest on next week's episode.
Yes.
So, good night, guys.
See ya.